General Hospital spoilers: Laura Wright's return to GH will only come with the return of two actors. In a bombshell twist that's rocking the soap opera universe, longtime General Hospital fan favorite Laura Wright, Carly Spencer, is reportedly in deep negotiations to return to the ABC Sudsa, but there's a major twist. According to behind-the-scenes leaks and a trail of cryptic social media clues, Wright has made it clear that her emotional, dramatic return to Port Charles hinges on the return of two pivotal characters, portrayed by actors whose absences have left lingering wounds in the GH fandom. But who are these two actors? And why is their presence so important to Carly's return storyline? The truth may not only resurrect long-buried secrets, but also change the course of Port Charles forever. Let's dive into this explosive, heart-pounding, and emotionally charged journey that could bring Carly home, but only if two key players come with her. It was one of the most controversial exits in recent GH history. After over 2 decades portraying Carly Corinthos, now Spencer, Laura Wright exited the canvas in a cloud of mystery following a tense showdown involving Jason Morgan and Nina Reeves. Fans were blindsided when Carly disappeared during a trip to Aruba with only a burnt passport, a cryptic voicemail, and a haunting lullaby left behind. The speculation was immediate and frenzied. Was Carly presumed dead? Had she gone into hiding? Was she kidnapped by a cartel or swept into another Cassadine scheme? ABC remained tight-lipped, but insiders now reveal it was Laura Wright herself who pulled the brakes, citing burnout and a desire for a more emotionally fulfilling return arc. Now, nearly a year later, Laura is ready, but she's placing her bet on 2 specific cast members to return alongside her. The first condition on Laura Wright's list? The return of Ingo Rademacher as Jasper, Jax, Carly's ex-husband and the father of her daughter, Jocelyn. Jax and Carly had a complicated history, but at their core, they were always connected by love, loyalty, and parenting. His exit from GH came amid real-world controversy and backstage drama. However, soap sources say Laura Wright has pushed hard behind the scenes for Ingo's return, citing unfinished business and a desire to explore Carly's evolution through her past. In a leaked script outline, writers are reportedly considering a plot in which Jax returns from Australia with shocking news. Not only is he in danger, but so is Carly. The two reconnect while running from an international crime ring, eventually making their way back to Port Charles together. Laura has reportedly told execs, if Carly's going to come back, she's coming back with fire, heartbreak, and unfinished love. That means Jax. Could a Jax and Carly reunion be brewing? Will Jocelyn's father throw a wrench in her budding independence and chaotic love life? Fans are already speculating about a Jarly-Jax triangle redux. In the twist to end all twists, the second actor Laura Wright is demanding back isn't who fans expected. It's Tamara Braun. Yes, the Tamara Braun who once portrayed Carly herself from 2001 to 2005 and later returned as Dr. Kim Nero. But this time, Tamara wouldn't be playing Kim, or even Carly. GH insiders whisper that the writers are planning a dual identity arc where Braun returns as Reese Marshall, the woman presumed dead and the original best friend who betrayed Carly as a teen. Yes, the infamous backstory of Caroline Benson and Charlotte Reese Roberts, best friends turned enemies after the betrayal with Carly's stepfather, could be revisited with a shocking revelation. Reese survived her crash and has been in hiding. Imagine the angst. Carly returns to find Reese alive and raising a teenage son who, get this, is Carly's half-brother, the result of a secret affair between Reese and Carly's biological father. Why would Laura Wright demand Tamara Braun's return? Sources say she sees it as a full-circle emotional payoff, a way to explore the trauma that still defines Carly today. And in a wild behind-the-scenes quote, a writer reportedly said, Laura doesn't want to return for return's sake. She wants Carly's soul to be shaken, and only Tamara can do that. The return storyline, which is reportedly already in pre-production, starts with Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, receiving a mysterious letter from South America. Enclosed is Carly's wedding ring, a photograph of her with long, sun-drenched hair, and the phrase, "She never left. She was taken." Cue Jason boarding a plane, confronting mercenaries, and discovering a hidden compound in Argentina, where Carly is alive, traumatized, and in hiding. But she's not alone. Jax is there too, wounded, guarded, and fiercely protective of Carly. The story unfolds with Jason, Jax, and Carly navigating betrayal, warlords, and the reveal that someone paid for Carly's capture, and it wasn't who they think. Reese Marshall is alive and operating under a new identity, pulling strings behind the scenes, with a personal vendetta that blurs the line between revenge and redemption. Back in Port Charles, the return of Carly Spencer causes ripples no one expects. Nina Reeves spirals, realizing the woman she tried to erase is back and stronger than ever. Jocelyn is torn. Her mother's return reopens old wounds, especially when Jax announces he's staying in Port Charles. Joss has finally found her voice, and she's not interested in being anyone's daughter anymore. Sonny is conflicted, especially as Carly's return stirs old feelings, while he's moved on with Ava. Will this set off a new round of Corinthos chaos? Or will Carly finally reclaim her power on her own terms? Meanwhile, Reese's secret son enrolls at PCU, making waves as a brooding outsider with a grudge against the Spencer family. When it's revealed he's Carly's half-brother, all hell breaks loose. Sources close to Laura Wright say she's reclaiming agency over Carly's story. After years of being reactive to other characters' drama, she's demanding a return arc with power, trauma, and legacy. She's done being the damsel or the fire starter, a source said. She wants Carly to come back like a phoenix, and that means lighting up every connection she's ever had, from Jax to Jason to Reese. This level of influence is rare, even for soap veterans, but Laura Wright has earned her seat at the table. With Emmy nods, decades of loyalty, and a fiercely devoted fanbase, she's not just an actress. She's Carly Corinthos Spencer, and she's coming back on her terms. With Carly's return, the Port Charles female dynamic explodes. Nina's guilt and desperation send her spiraling into a dangerous alliance with Valentine, while Ava begins to see Carly less as a threat and more as a reflection of her own broken path. Reese, meanwhile, launches a media empire bent on exposing the corruption in Port Charles, starting with Sonny, Carly, and Jason. But deep down, Reese's motives are complicated by guilt and maternal longing. Will Carly and Reese bury the past, or will their final showdown end in bloodshed? The buzz is already deafening. Early focus groups responded with near-unanimous excitement at the idea of Jax and Reese returning, especially with Tamara Braun reprising a legacy character rather than Kim Nero. Social media erupted in praise, with hashtags like #CarlyReturns, #BringBackJax, and #ReeseLives trending within hours of the first leaks. ABC is reportedly throwing serious weight behind the arc, planning a summer mega-campaign titled, "She's Back, Carly's Reckoning." Expect limited edition posters, a Spotify playlist curated by Laura Wright, and behind-the-scenes specials teasing each episode. With Jax in her corner, Jason by her side, and Reese on the warpath, Carly's return won't be a simple homecoming. It's a reckoning with everything she was, everything she's lost, and everything she might become. But one question looms. Who will Carly choose? Jax, her steady rock and protector? Jason, the soulmate who always saves her? Or herself, choosing to stand alone for the first time in her life? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. Laura Wright's return is more than a comeback. It's a resurrection.